Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a scrapbooking process video about a picture that I have with Allie Edwards taken during the story camp. First I took her stamp that says change and I stamped it all across diagonally across the 12 by 12 wide cardstock. I did that in the very lightest gray because I wanted the background to be subtle. Now I'm going through her changes kit and looking through the 3x4 cards to see if there's any cards I want to use because I want to make a grid design. I decide on the Yes You Can card and the pink card that says good things are going to happen. I'm looking through the little cards to see if I could back the 3x4 cards because the white Yes You Can card blends into the background. So I want to put something there. I also get this circle to stamp the date. I decide to back the photo on a pink piece of paper from Felicity Jane, and then I cut that pink circle, or I'm going to cut that pink circle and put the date on there. I'm looking for something to back the 3x4 cards because the white Yes You Can card was blending into the white background, even though I have change stamped all across it. But you can't seem to see that right now, but you'll see that in the final picture. I go ahead and look for the date and I date stamp it using VersaFine ink because this is just on paper. I go ahead and decide to stick that down onto the 4x6 picture of Allie and me. I'm fussing with it just to get it just right. I don't want the circle to coincide with the corner exactly. Now I go and do my journaling, and this is what you wrote. The card says, yes, you can. If you ever find yourself in the wrong story, ... leave. That's by Mo Willems. But my journaling is, the biggest lesson I learned from Allie Edwards Story Camp is that I can change the narrative that plays in my head. My outlook on life ultimately shows how much I like myself. I will actively and consciously make positive changes. So I journal that freehand, although I like typing, but I'm just trying to get this done because I want to put this in my album. And you'll see I pause there because I want to fill the bottom portion of that card, and that's where I write, I will actively and consciously make positive changes. Because that's my plan. I want to change the narrative that's in my story because some of the narrative in my story has been there since I was a young child based off of experiences, but I'm learning that I have control of my life and I can do what I want and change it. I fight with my ATG because the tape ran out, and now I'm just going with a Tombow roller adhesive. I tape down the picture, I tape down the 3x4 cards, and I kind of want it matching, lined up so that it forms a grid. I'm looking through the 3x4 cards to see if there are any other cards I can use as embellishments by cutting them up. Then I look through the stamps, through the stamp set, and see what I want to use. And the stamp that I found says, bring it on. Now I wipe the stamp on my hand to get the stickiness off, and I'm using the Stays On ink. I stamp it out to practice, and then I always stamp it on the picture next. And I'm always worried that I might stamp it incorrectly. But you know what? Another thing Allie said was, it's okay to be imperfect, perfectly imperfect. So I'm cutting this sticker because I think I want to use it, and it says, yes, I can. I'm looking at the different chipboards and trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. So the 3 clusters that I want to make are on the top left, the middle right, and bottom right. I go through the stickers that are in the changes kit, and I'm looking at this and trying to decide what to do. I go through and look through other chipboards that I have from Allie's kits that I didn't finish using up. And I find one that says, thank you for your part in my journey. I decide to put that yellow chipboard on the bottom right-hand corner of the picture of me with Allie, and I'm looking to see what else I can put on there, going through the other chipboards that I've used portions of. Then I find some pink letter stickers because I want to stick with the pink theme here, and I'm trying to decide what I should write as my title. I end up choosing my title as Allie Edwards, and I'm going through all the letters to make sure I have enough of the letters before I take them off the sticker sheet. I take the letters and I use my ruler just to put it on the ruler before I stick it on the layout to make sure that, to figure out where I want to put the title, because as of right now, I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. I stick the stickers onto my finger if there's a middle portion that needs to come out, like in the middle of the E and the A. And then I need to figure out where I'm going to put it. I decide to put the title on the top left, above the pink 3x4 card that says good things are going to happen. After I place all the letter stickers down, I decide to go ahead and put down the chipboard, or chipboards I should say. The top left yellow circle says you are allowed to change, which is another message that Allie gave us. And the pink heart says follow your soul, it knows the way. And the bottom right yellow chipboard says thank you for your part in my journey. I always struggle with getting the backing off these chipboards because my nails are so short. I always end up breaking them. But the story camp was so awesome. If any of you guys have the opportunity and can make it happen, I highly, highly suggest you go. It's so inspirational to listen to Allie live. I listened to all her classes and everything, and still, it was an experience that I can't even begin to describe. Now I'm going through her word stickers and trying to decide which 3 I want to use. And I end up picking 3 that says, remember this, full heart, and embracing change. And I put that above the yellow chipboard. Then I think, what else can I use to embellish this page? Because again, it is quite simple. I go through the rest of her kit, wonder if I should use some of the puffy stickers, and I decide no. And I'm looking to see what else. And then these gold asterisks came in her kit. So I decide I'm going to use 3 of them on the chipboards, chipboard asterisks with my 3 areas of embellishment. And then, of course, I'm not done, because I looked at it and said, okay, it's simple, but I want to add just a little bit of something else. And so I get my box and I decide to ink it. I cover my picture, and this time I used the Studio Calico Mr. Huey in inky black. I'm struggling here because I'm trying to get some bigger droplets, and when I flicked the cap, it made directional splots, so that didn't work. So I ended up just touching the ink to the paper, although I don't really like how that ends up. But imperfectly imperfect is what it is. I test out a jewel drop to see if it's going to match the yellows, and I put 3 on the bottom right hand corner, and I also put 3 on the top left hand corner. Then I'm going to tap that against the box to flatten the circles a little bit. Then it looks more like those embellishments that you stick on. And there is my layout. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.